Brought to you by DK Audio.
DK Audio presents Midlife Matters, written and read by Katie Taylor. Throughout this book, each section contains a Q&A with a leading specialist or expert and stories from women in our community whose voices will also be read out by me. Introduction. Why do we need a book about midlife? Simply put, midlife presents women with a unique set of challenges. We're often referred to as the sandwich generation, with those of us who have children combining parenting responsibilities with caring for aging parents, as well as managing the other relationships in our lives. Along with running a home and balancing work commitments at a time when we're starting to experience a raft of mental and physical changes and challenges, it's no wonder that our own health and well-being ends up at the bottom of the priority list. This stage of our lives comes without a manual, and so figuring out how to navigate this next chapter can feel daunting, isolating, and confusing. It soon becomes clear why many women liken these midlife years to living inside a pressure cooker. This is also why, according to the Office for National Statistics, thousands of women leave the workforce at the peak of their careers, and the highest rates of both divorce and suicide in women occur in midlife. My own experiences of midlife are what inspired me to share my journey, first through a social media platform and a website, and then in this book. I was 43 when I began to struggle with low mood. My usually outgoing and capable persona was slowly replaced with diminished energy, brain fog, and anxiety. As a mum of 4, I put it down to the challenges of juggling a family, home, and career. And for the next few years, I struggled with insomnia, along with a whole host of unrelenting symptoms, from heart palpitations and painful joints to crying spells and poor concentration. My periods had also become shorter and heavier, and I'd gained a lot of weight. My doctor said I was probably stressed and depressed and suggested I take time off or give up working altogether. I was given antidepressants, but they didn't make things any better, they just made me numb. I tried going to the gym and eating more healthily, but neither helped. I was sent to a heart specialist for my palpitations, who ruled out a heart condition, to a neurologist who ruled out early onset dementia. I saw a rheumatologist for my joint pains. I went back and forth to several different doctors and specialists to investigate all of the various symptoms I was suffering from. It was ultimately my father, a leading breast cancer specialist, Professor Michael Baum, who suspected that all of my symptoms were hormone-related and arranged for me to see a gynecologist who specialised in the menopause. After an initial consultation and blood test, the doctor explained that my estrogen levels were on the floor and that all of these seemingly unrelated symptoms were actually due to perimenopause, a word that I'd never heard of before. They suggested I start on HRT, hormone replacement therapy, immediately. On the night of my diagnosis, I came home and cried with relief that I wasn't going mad and there was in fact an explanation for everything I'd been feeling. But I also felt really, really angry that so many doctors had not recognised these symptoms, and I had wasted 4 years of precious life not really living. Within a couple of months of using HRT, I was starting to feel like my old self again. My husband commented that he felt like he'd got his wife back, and my kids their mum. I decided there and then to start a Facebook group and website, The Latte Lounge, aimed at women over 40, so that I could share my experiences and help those who might have been in the same place as me. But I didn't want it to be just about menopause. I'd become more aware of the numerous pressures, challenges, and changes facing women in midlife, and I was determined that this should be a forum where all of these different issues could be discussed. I put together a medical advisory team and a panel of health and well-being experts to support women with advice and evidence-based articles, not only about perimenopause and menopause, but also addressing all areas of midlife, health and well-being. We talk about everything from healthy eating and hormones to fitness and finance, from the challenges around juggling work to looking after ourselves, while also caring for our children, partners and ageing family members. The Latte Lounge is a place where women find it safe to confide in each other. Knowing that you're part of a group of like-minded women, many who have been in your shoes or are currently wearing them, is not only helpful and reassuring, but in some cases it can save jobs, lives and marriages too. And now that wisdom and so much more is here in this book. I also know that access to good quality healthcare support and information is not always easily available to many women. So this book aims to offer as much evidence-based, unbiased, up-to-date information as possible from many of the world's leading experts. Here you'll find advice from more than 40 renowned psychologists, doctors, professors, dermatologists, dietitians, athletes, lawyers, and other high-profile health, well-being, staff.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?